Hello boys and welcome back. So today we're going to be doing something that I did the other day. However, last time not that many of you actually liked it, which didn't upset me at all. But this time I promise you the build is going to be much better. So me and one of my friends Adam, we've been messing around with a couple of different builds for Magicka based classes, and this one turned out really good. So let's get into it.
We are the farmers.
Okay, so for this build I am a Magicka Templar, and on this build I am using 3 different sets. So ideally you want divines on all of the armour, and on the weapons you want sharpened. So the first set we're running is Julianos. So we've got gloves, legs, robes, shoulders, and finally weapons. I'm running dual wield and destro. You can get Julianos from most crafters on ESO. The next set we've got is Burning Spellweave. Now I'm not going to lie to you, this is an absolute bitch to farm. The best place to farm it is the City of Ash 1 dungeon. I do it on veteran because you need to get the jewellery. So you can get the Scamp Lord Signet from this boss here. It's not very difficult to get, it's not very rare. However, you can also get a Burning Spellweave ring from this and the final boss. The final boss is also where you will need to farm for the necklace. Like I said, with Burning Spellweave, it is a bitch to farm. But it is worth it because it has an amazing 5-piece ability, especially for Templars. So as I mentioned earlier, you're looking for the Burning Spellweave necklace and rings. You can also use the Scamp Lord Signet, which is the special version of the Burning Spellweave rings. You also need to farm for Burning Spellweave shoes and Burning Spellweave sash. So you farmed all of this, and now you're thinking, hang on a minute, I don't have a helmet. Well, now you do. You need to get the Molag Keena's helmet, which you can get from the White Gold Tower. So now that you've got all your armour and weapons, you feel like you're good to go, but you're not. The skills, it's really down to personal preference what you use. So on my main bar, my dual wield bar, I have Inner Light for that extra crit and Magicka. Then I've got the other morph of Repentance to debuff enemies, and I've got the other morph of Vampire's Bane because you can throw 3 balls that burn them to death. I've also then got Sweeping Strikes, which is a good spammer ball because it heals you and does a fuck ton of damage. And for my execute, I've got Jesus Beam. My ultimate's something like Shitty Aura. I don't really like it. I've only got it because I don't have Meteor from the Mages Guild ability unlocked, and I also don't have the Destro ultimate yet, which I would much prefer to use. So on my second bar, which is the Destro bar, we've got Inner Light again for that fucking crit and the Magicka. Then we've got Magicka's Harness just to sponge a bit more and get a bit more Magicka back. Next we've got Blazing Spear because, well, who doesn't want to throw a spear into the air and do fuckloads of damage? Next we've got Elemental Blockade because it's a fucking fiery fuckfest. Then we've got Ritual of Retribution. This is just there for a cheeky bit of heal and a little bit more damage over time. Then I've got that shit ultimate that I don't want again. So I know I said it's entirely down to personal preference what you use as your abilities, and as a Templar that is the case because all of your attacks do some sort of fire damage. The reason you need the fire damage is so you can proc Burning Spellweave and get the extra Magicka damage that it does. So without any self buffs or any other buffs, you should be sitting around 2400 spell damage, and if you've got all your armour in divines, then you should be looking around 67% crit. That's with the Thief boon on as well. So what Burning Spellweave does is it basically gives you a fuck ton of spell damage whenever you hit something with a flame attack. And as you can see, my spell damage has gone up to 3141, and that's self-buffed, which is incredible. In a dungeon when you've got a healer using spell power cure, that's going to go up by so much. Anyway boys, I reckon that's about it from me today. I'm pretty sure I've covered everything. If I haven't, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I thought I'd try something a little bit different, you know, something a little bit more serious today. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you want to see more, then obviously subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Hold up.